Hey folks, I showed you that tube that I'm cutting, that 2x2 1/4 inch wall stuff, and I was cutting it with this thing. And even a straight cut, you really got to nurse this thing. This is some Harbor Freight type of junk. It ain't no 2.5 horse. Maybe that's peak power if they really overvolted the son of a bitch or something, but we're done with that now because I have this in service. This is a W.F. Wells and Sons model A-7, built in '66, I believe. 64199, built in '64, and it had a busted guide arm. You know, holds the guide bearings and all. That was busted because some yak decided he'd put a crescent wrench or channel locks on these thumb screws. You know, these are thumb screws. You tighten them with your cunt scratchers, and that's it. Anyhow, I was cutting with it, and it really seems to do fine. I love this thing. You know, it has that thing, a quick whatchamacallit. Yeah, this is the stuff I was cutting. And, well, yeah, here's the piece that I cut off. I mean, you could just about make poker chips with this thing. It's lovely. It takes its time, but right now I have it. It's on the lowest speed possible, I believe, or is that the highest speed? No, that might be the highest speed. I don't know, but I don't have the feed rate really set up. I don't have anything dialed in. I don't know too much about running a saw, but I'm gonna drag it over there toward the friggin' grasshopper thing, whatever the frig you want to call it, and we'll see how it does. All right, these damn gnats are out in force today. I'm not doing a whole lot until they go away. Yeah, anyhow, when I got this thing, it was so out of whack. You'd go to cut anything and it looked like a piece of bologna. Just cutting so damn crooked. I tried to give it away, I tried to sell it, because I thought, well, it's an old saw, I'll never find parts, but couldn't do either of them. So I actually looked the guys up, and they're still in business. They're still in Michigan, and they're still making saws. So if you get the chance, you know, you get one of these old things, an old Wells saw, chances are they're still going to have whatever parts you need for it. Let me see. I got my angle set. I just kind of did one of these with a piece of beer box. Beer boxes are great for all kinds of stuff. You can make gaskets out of them. You can make templates. You can make yourself puke by emptying them. Yeah, I'm gonna get some oil and see how this does. All right, got oil on a toothbrush, and this is actually on a, I believe it's a cart for a hit and miss engine, but it's a nice little cart. Anyhow, we'll see if I can get you somewhat so you can kind of see it going, and I'll speed this part up to save you the boredom. All right, here we go, I think. at that. Zero effort on my part except for brushing a little oil on. If you look at that, that's, despite the fact that my driveway is all over the place, that cut pretty friggin' straight. And I don't know if this means anything, but that blade hardly pulled away from whatever, you know. But hey, I'm happy with it, man. I'm real happy with it. All right. Well, I said I was only doing one cut, but this is, I'm really liking this saw. There's some kind of hydraulic looking cylinder over here. I'll show you. Yeah, we got a hydraulic looking cylinder over here. And you got a knob. I know if you turn that all the way in, the saw won't move, but if you even back it off just a bit, it seems like it drops down. I'm not sure what that does. That might be a damper. Keep it from jumping around, adjust your feed rate, I don't really know. And then you also got a spring here that when you fold the saw down, if you tighten this up, tighten that wing nut, it'll want to resist, it'll want to slow the feed rate down as well. So I'm not sure which to do about what, but I think that cylinder needs some work, because the other day I was messing around with it and I saw some bubbles coming out. So I think that thing might be full of air. Maybe it needs repacked, but that's for down the road. It seems to be cutting really nice for now. Okay, my next cut is going to be, what did I say? Hang on, measure twice, cut 3 times. 11 inches. Remember that number, 11 inches. We're going to go 11 inches. That way I got just a little bit sticking off the inside of the frame. So I'm sure to have enough. And I just have to go 11 inches long to short. I don't have to do any funky compound mitering or crap like that. And I got a piece of soapstone, shale. Shale works good for me. Pull it a little more. Might have to move that crappy stand up some. I can't call it too crappy because it is doing the job. Alright, right there's where we want to go. That's going to be our short point. It's going to go long to short. Alright. Now, make sure we're lined up. Oh, I guess you won't have to move this stand. I do need to get one of them, but I need to get a decent one, or make one. Shouldn't be too hard to make one, actually. Alright, this time we're going to actually time it, how long it takes to make a cut, just because I'm curious. Okay, we'll call that mark. Okay. Five minutes. Alright, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. I will take that all day long. Seems like a long time to cut through a piece of stock, but working on that thing, and especially doing these angle cuts, I literally was working at that stuff for half a goddamn hour. That's pathetic. I mean, it's a way to get it done when you don't have anything at all. But holy crap, nursing that piece of junk for half an hour is just tedious. It's not really exhausting because you can't really lean on the thing or it just stalls out really fast. Like I said, that is not no friggin' 2.5 horse. Look at that. The motor on this compressor is possibly 3 times the size, at least 2 times the size of that motor. And that's a 1 horse. That is a proper 1 horse motor. So, I don't know. And I think if that motor were on that chop saw, it would do a lot better. So I'm very happy with this. What did I say? 5 minutes, 7 seconds. Makes a beautiful cut. And I want to come up with a little drip oiler thing, I think. I mean, I only had to keep that blade wet. I just had to dab a little oil on it, so I don't even know if it's worth the trouble. I'm not running a production shop here. Yeah, then this guy is going to lay down in there about like that. Of course, I'm gonna notch the frame, and yeah, I'm gonna notch the frame that way and come down that way as far as I need to go. Let me draw you a little pretty picture. We'll go like that, sorta ish, you know, about wide enough channel for the tube to fit, and then it'll sort of come back like that, angling toward the frame, and I'll do the same kind of cut down there on the front, and then it'll just get stuck to the face of that. So, and that's how I'm doing them. I doubt I'll make a video on that. It's nothing spectacular. I mean, neither is the bandsaw. Not to you guys anyhow. To me, this is like watching a goddamn space shuttle take off. It's that awesome to me, to be able to just sit back, drink my coffee, brush on some oil, let the saw do the work. Later.